From the theme park capital of the world, Orlando, Florida, this is the Theme Park Podcast. Wait, podcast? Is this on the radio? Why does everything gotta be so messy on this station? Anyway, here's your hosts, Dickerman, Jimmy D, and Scott Harris.
Hey there, and welcome to the Theme Park Podcast. Dickerman here. There is Scott Harris.
Hi, hello. What's going on?
Jimmy D is out this week, and I have it on good authority as to where he is.
Yeah.
He's in a secret boardroom, plotting a heist to steal the orange bird trash can that has been introduced at Walt Disney World.
Oh, it's a trash can? I thought it was a dinner table.
It is both. Let's be honest. It is both sometimes. Sometimes at Disney, you are so desperate for somewhere to eat, that trash can becomes your dinner table.
I mean, to be fair, they're very clean trash cans. They are clean enough to eat off of.
Do you remember right after COVID, like there was some times where the trash was overflowing at Disney, which was very, very uncommon at those parks prior to COVID, but they have that worked out now, right? Is that fixed now? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You don't see it in any parks anymore. That was the thing. Yeah. That was the thing. Not to put it all in one. That was the thing that was happening at all of them. It was a staffing issue. I have not seen that in years now.
If Walt were still alive, he would have gotten up and gone to pick up the trash himself if he saw that.
Well, you would still see the people with the grabbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the overflowing trash cans. It was different, but that has been worked out. I think, let's be honest, we're almost back to normal. It is 5 years later, and outside the reservation system, which is stupid, we are back to full speed at the theme parks finally.
Yeah, virtual queues are gone.
Goodbye. See you later, losers.
You can basically buy a ticket every day to go do a ride or to go to a park.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, everything is status quo. I can't really think of anything that has
a reservation system. Just a knowing reservation system. If you want to go to the park as a pass holder, you want to just drop in for an hour like we used to.
I mean, the thing is, like, because I've gone to Disney a couple of times, I've been able to get a reservation day of.
Sure, you just shouldn't have to. It's the principle of the matter at this point.
I mean, there are some things that went away with COVID that like haven't returned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like original launch bay hasn't really gone back to what it used to be.
It's true. I do miss that. Did they ever bring back that little barber shop in the front of Magic Kingdom?
I don't know. Why are you hinting that I need to get a haircut? Is that why you brought this up?
I need a haircut. You can get. I used to take my daughter there when she was little, and they would do these little. It was almost like when the little girls would do the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique. You could get almost like very similar hair, and it was like $12 instead of like whatever the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique cost.
Did you every time you go be like, this is her first haircut, to try to make it like, you know, like the button, the special?
Oh yeah, to get the button. No, we only did that once, I think. But she might have had her first haircut there.
Sir, you've done this 7 times. We have pictures of you.
Just give me the button and put the glitter in her hair and call it a day, okay?
But yeah, I think everything seems to be back.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, they took away the virtual queue, and beside defying what you and Jimmy said, the world has not fallen apart. People can ride the ride.
I was never against getting rid of it. I was on your side with this.
Jimmy would he would literally fight me on this.
He who doesn't ride it.
Exactly. He would. Yeah. So, it's like it's running. It's not crazy. There's going to be long waits sometimes. There's long waits for Tower of Terror sometimes too. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If it's a long wait for that, go get in line for Ratatouille. Go get in line for Frozen. Go learn about the land more often.
That's a nice one. That's a good one. Go do Soarin'. Soarin' used to be crazy long. Now, oftentimes you get there in like 15, 20 minutes.
Or go do Figment 7 times like I would do.
That's another thing too. So this orange bird trash can, the start of the conversation, we saw photos come out this week. Do we know if they're out in the wild as of yet?
I mean, that is out in the wild. The picture that I sent you guys is
out. Okay, that was out in the wild.
Yes. That is next to Communicore Hall at Epcot, which is the walkthrough area that they theme for each festival, because the Flower and Garden Festival just kicked off this week.
You see Jimmy trying to pull like a Rick and Morty style heist to maybe put like a decoy trash can there to slowly sneak out the other one?
Like it's orange and blue bird on the outside of it. Like
Or
he draws
anything.
his
Yeah,
own.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they did try. You mentioned this when we were talking earlier. They did try to ban the giant strollers. That didn't work. So maybe, giant stroller full of a big orange bird trash can baby.
Yeah, you just pick it up, put it in the giant wagon.
Mm-hmm.
We do not condone stealing of any theme park anything decor.
Oh, we did see there's that store. What's that store is out like somewhere in Kissimmee, right?
And like
where
Lakeland.
They had some trash cans. Yeah. Oh, and they have some trash cans available, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy's talked for years about wanting a trash can. I mean, at this point, we should probably just go get one.
Well, yes, exactly. He wants that in like a park bench, I think.
I thought he wanted the rug, like the rug outside of like the Polynesian or whatever. One of those big things. I feel like you can find it at that store. That store seemed to have a lot of stuff. I don't know where they got their stuff.
I mean, Jimmy, you have like a vinyl cutting machine. Can't you just make the graphic to put on a trash can yourself?
I know, Jimmy, and that's not good enough. That he wants the real deal. He has to have the real deal. He will not settle for anything but the real thing.
But the thing is, would he use it as a trash can, or is it just like a showpiece in his living room?
He better, because we're going to use it in the studio, and that'll be our studio trash can. That way he can make it a write-off.
Or it's his new dinner table.
Yeah. I mean, he should be writing off the T-Boogie Zebo studio. He should be writing off the trash can. I mean, he's got quite a few tax implications there at the Jimmy D home.
We're trying to help him out.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we're doing. All right. Well, there's been a lot going on this week. Should we dive into the breaking things out there in the world? I don't know where we start. I'll leave that to you.
Since we're talking about Epcot and the Flower and Garden Festival just kicked off, which means the Garden Rocks concert series is going on now.
Yeah, it's a lineup of superstar artists.
When we last talked about this, there were still a bunch of like open dates.
That's right.
All of those open dates have been filled. This weekend, it's Tommy DiCarlo, the former lead singer of Boston.
Okay. That's a good one. Boston had a lot of hits.
And then right after that, it's Air Supply for their 50th anniversary celebration.
Good for them. Another one. A lot of songs you'll recognize, whether you're a big Air Supply fan or not. You'll know the songs. You've heard them in JCPenney.
Do you want me to run through who got added?
Yeah, please.
All right. The Rico Monaco Band.
I am not familiar with that artist.
How about Icon Party Band?
No, I don't know those either.
Sound Up.
Nope. Might be outside of my my wheelhouse, though. It's not. I don't have a very wide wheelhouse.
Glass Ceiling.
Okay, no, I don't. Have you heard of any of these bands yet?
No.
Okay.
The M80s.
If you don't know them, I'm not going to know them. I don't know the M80s either. Somebody listening right now is going, "Oh my God, you guys are so stupid! You don't know the M80s."
Foreigner's Journey.
That just sounds like a Foreigner/Journey cover band. I'm going to guess that's what it is.
That might actually be what it is.
I'm guessing they do Foreigner and Journey songs. If they're good, it's fun. If you catch a good cover band, it's good.
Yeah, this is true. Foreigner's Journey. It is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense. That's one of those bands you get for free. You're not paying like, $130 for a ticket. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Then we've got the Hooligans. Hayfire.
Hayfire, no.
Dion Diaz. Southbound.
Nobody's going to this park just for these bands.
And
everybody's going and they just...
And Latin Ambition.
Okay, well, the bands just happen to be there. It's not like Universal used to do some really big bands. Like, remember when they would do their concert series? I know, like 30 Seconds to Mars played. I think, did they have Panic at the Disco one year? I mean, they would have like big big artists at Universal sometimes. That was the draw. It wasn't the fact they were going to the park and the band happened to be there. It was, I'm going to see the band at the park.
I mean, last weekend, it was Foster the People that were there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
everyone knows who Foster the People is.
Yeah, I would say so. Sure. Yeah. You would make a special trip out to Epcot to see Foster the People, but some of these other artists, unless there's something that's super into your wheelhouse, they happen to be there while you're at the park, but you're not going, oh my gosh, I have to go see this band.
According to Wikipedia, these are the heavily attended Mardi Gras concerts.
Okay. All right.
Kelly Clarkson in 2012.
That makes sense. I mean, she was a big star.
Fall Out Boy 2016.
He's Fall Out Boy played there, huh?
Adam Lambert 2016.
They had some big names come through.
Fifth Harmony 2017 and 2018.
Wow.
Macklemore.
Okay, I know he was like a thing.
Dan and Shay, Country Act.
Country Act, yep, big one.
And then in 2019, Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh man, she's a big star now, right? She's like real big.
She's opening for Taylor Swift, and she had 2 moments on the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special.
Yeah, I mean, if you get that slot opening for Taylor Swift, that's like the golden ticket. You're fine. You're gonna do okay from here on out.
I mean, Paramore is opening for them as well, or for Taylor Swift as well.
That's an interesting combo.
I think they just like each other. I think it's just a good vibe.
Yeah, I mean, hey, good for them. They're probably making some bank on that tour.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's those are the bands for Garden Rocks. So that's
okay.
Going
so
on.
No giant announcements, but okay.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before, like Flock of Seagulls, 98 Degrees, Simple Plan, Sugar Ray. These were already announced acts.
Big names already came out. Yeah, these were just filling the slots.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is going on now. You can see these bands each weekend, right? There's various artists playing.
Yeah, these are all like 2-day things.
Okay. And the bands get to stay out at Disney. They probably get put up in a great hotel, get fed. So it's probably a win-win-win for these artists.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's great weather right now.
Do you think the cover bands get the same treatment, or do they like put them over at like, a Disney sister resort? They got to like lug their stuff across the highway to get in.
I think everyone gets treated the same.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's
good. Look who one of the people is that's watching the show.
Whom? Jimmy D?
Yes.
He's probably laying in bed while he's plotting his stealing of the trash can. Yeah. We're not involved. We're not getting involved in this heist, Jimmy. We're not going to do it.
I literally said to like, hey, would you guys want to do a heist? And Jimmy's like, no. And then I sent a picture and he's like, come on.
Okay, I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
So that was a good little yeah. That'll be fun. So that's going on at Epcot.
Okay.
Over at Animal Kingdom, it's a fond farewell to some decorations over at Animal Kingdom.
Tell me they did this in the dead of night and not when anybody was in the park.
I don't know.
Because there'd be crying children everywhere as they took down the big giant dinosaur everyone loved.
Yeah, Cementosaurus. Gone.
Just ripped him down. Yep. Destroyed him. They couldn't have moved him. They couldn't have... Wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It happened overnight.
Okay, there you go. No children saw the decimation.
There's a giant dinosaur at Hollywood Studios. You couldn't just give Gurney a friend?
And if you didn't do that, give him to that roadside attraction that when you're going to Tampa. Remember that like dinosaur attraction? Like they just got big fake dinosaurs. Just throw it over there. Toss it their way. They could use some help.
Oh, Dinosaur World?
Yeah. Give him the Dinosaur World. They would have taken him.
Or give it to the place in Lakeland. Somebody would buy that.
Yeah, it's throw the back of an F-250, bring it down the road, and you just head towards Tampa. You'll find a buyer.
We could put it in Jimmy's backyard.
That's true, too. We could have. That would have been great.
I'm looking at pictures. I feel so sad. Because
I know.
His face is like, it's so adorable.
Don't destroy me, guys. I'm still useful. I still have life left in me. Poor Dino. He's gone. They just destroyed him. Just right in the trash. Yeah. Can you get a chunk of him out of the dumpster if you go over to Disney?
Well, it's just like, what are they going to do with some of the Bugs Life stuff when they get rid of that? It's tough to be a bug.
Oh, them little chairs that rub your back and your butt when you're in the theater.
I'm talking about like Flick when he pops out from the ceiling.
Yeah, throw them right in the trash. Throw them right in the trash. Just dump them in the brand new Orange Bird trash can.
Okay, very quickly, because this actually ties in a little bit. Remember when Buzzy got stolen from Cranium Command?
I do remember this. Yeah, and it ended up with like a basketball player, right?
Well, he didn't know it.
He didn't know. He bought it, but he didn't know it was stolen.
Correct. Well, over at the Enzian coming up, the movie theater in Maitland.
Oh, yes.
Do you know about this?
I've heard about this, yeah. Tell the audience.
In April, the 2015 or the 2025 Florida Film Festival will be going on. And the opening night movie with the East Coast premiere is a little film called Stolen Kingdom.
Yes.
And it is a expose into the history of scandal and thievery at Walt Disney World in the black market underground that leads to the theft of an animatronic valued at nearly $500,000.
You're a Winter Park guy. Do you have a contact at the Enzian? Maybe we can get press passes and attend that as a press screening. I feel like we need to do that.
I would pay to go just so I can support the local theater, if I'm being honest.
Pay to go too, but I mean, if I can go free, I'm going to go for free. We are the theme park podcast. It is a theme park movie. Come on.
Hang on.
We're giving them free publicity right now.
I will buy you tickets if I have to.
We just sold 5 tickets by talking about it right now. 5 tickets. 5 tickets they wouldn't have sold otherwise.
That but very well be true. But 6 o'clock on April 11th at the Enzian, and then 7 o'clock on April 11th at the Regal Winter Park. So both of those theaters will be showing it that night.
I'd rather go to Regal Winter Park, from being honest. People in the Enzian are a little snooty for me.
How dare you? You just asked for free things from them.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Never mind, they're not too snooty for me.
I go there. How dare you?
Yeah, you got you're a little fancy for me. You know, I
will be going to see a silent movie there in like 2 weeks.
See, that's fancy stuff right there. I can't handle the fancy stuff. Give me Regal Winter Park with some popcorn and some nachos.
I will say the Enzian has the best movie theater popcorn I've ever had.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't been up. If I'm honest, I have not been to the Enzian in, God, a long time. More years than I care to mention. More years than I would like to mention.
I saw
because it will make you sound old.
I saw Harold and Maude there like 2 weeks ago, and then I saw The Brutalist there like a month ago. I go there very regularly at this point.
Yeah, I remember one particular trip to the Enzian, and this will age me greatly. I went there to see the original South Park cartoon, Santa Claus versus Jesus.
Okay.
It was the first time that aired anywhere. It was before they had even a Comedy Central deal.
Oh, okay.
So this was like the only place you could see it was by going to this animation festival at the Enzian, and I sat through all the other terrible garbage animation to see this like 5-minute short.
And it changed your life, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it changed a lot of people's lives.
Especially Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, God, those guys are so rich now.
So that's going on.
Yeah, that sounds good. I want to see that.
Let's see. Popping over to Universal, they've already started. They said that they're working on expansion for Epic Universe.
It's not even open yet.
That's
Are we going to expand already?
Yeah, if you go to City Walk and you go to the preview center and you look at the giant map that they have, you can see where the green spaces are. Oh, there's something that they could put there. There's something you could put there. There's something you could put there.
So I think the hype is like real on Epic Universe. Everybody's like super geeked on it. We've already started to see some word from this the team member previews, right?
Yeah. So the team member previews, I don't know how much they're being allowed to do. Because everything that I've seen on social, which might just be what people are allowed to say, has been about the Universal Monster Dark Ride.
So you think maybe that might be letting them only into one universe at a time?
Possibly, or it's just like, hey, you could come see the atmosphere of this area. We have one ride that is open for you to test.
Yeah.
But everything Monsters Unchained is apparently being called like the pinnacle. It is the top. It is their Rise of the Resistance.
Is that a roller coaster or what is that one?
It uses the newest generation of the ride mechanism that Forbidden Journey has.
Okay.
So it's but it's the new version. It's really the first time that they're doing real animatronics inside of a ride.
Okay.
Because that has mainly been a Disney thing.
Yeah, that's true. So Forbidden Journey, that's the broomstick one, right?
That is the broomstick one, yes.
Okay, yeah. So then they had like some like action items in there, but they weren't really animatronics. They had like the
There's like
Death
spider
Eaters.
and
the spider, but not the same.
And then I saw this, and it might not be true. The best part of the ride is at the end when Frankenstein thanks you by telling you your name, saying your name to everyone in the car. So
Scott.
Not sure how accurate that is, but it'd be kind of cool. If I'm being honest, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. A nice little nod to ET. They do love to give nods. So that is one thing you have to watch for when you get to Epic Universe is like the little Easter eggs they do throw in their parks.
I kind of I'm really itching to buy my tickets right now. And I'm like, I feel like I would want to buy like a weekend's worth of tickets. Like one day I would just do one portal a day.
And
then get like an atmosphere day of just hanging out in the park, not doing anything.
Soaking things in and taking note, because there are so many little things you don't see when you're rushing to get on a ride, and so much to really appreciate as far as the technology and the work put into things.
And that's one of the benefits of living here, and two, having an annual pass to these parks is you can go and not ride a single ride and still have a great experience.
That's true. Unfortunately, you won't be able to buy an annual pass for Epic Universe for at least a year, maybe more, right?
Correct. They still have not said when any of that will be roped in or be an add-on to your annual passes.
I think they have to like get a gauge on what it's going to be like, 2-3 months in, what the summer looks like, what we look like going into the fall, because obviously they have people that crunch numbers and they have an idea of what attendance will be, but they don't truly know until they open those gates.
And you have to wonder how much they're worried about. Like, you remember the opening of Volcano Bay and how big that was, and how it was hours wait to park, hours wait just to get in, or when the first Harry Potter land opened up at Islands of Adventure.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get on that thing.
It was a 10-hour wait just to get into the land.
Yeah,
it
was for real.
They don't want a repeat of that. So
no.
I think they're very much I think they're doing this very smart with how much how they're distributing tickets and who is able to buy them, and when is it at capacity and when is it not.
Yeah, that makes sense. And right now, the only way to get a ticket is if you buy tickets for the other two parks, right? So you got to buy all the tickets, and then that's an additional option to buy a ticket, right?
Or if you're an annual pass holder, you could buy a ticket.
Annual pass holders can get tickets. So, I mean, if you were thinking about getting an annual pass, now is probably the best time to do it.
Exactly. Yes.
You get that, you'd be able to get that Epic Universe ticket and just at least experience because when you go when a park first opens, it is something special. Even if you're waiting in long lines, you're part of something special.
I can still remember the first time I went into like Galaxy's Edge, Pandora at Animal Kingdom.
Yep.
I remember the first time going to Islands of Adventure. Like, I was a little too young for remembering my like Disney trips and my Universal trip, but those other things I very much remember walking in for the first time.
Yeah, you're part of history when you're there for the first time when that park is just opening too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Scott. Well, we're just about out of time. So where can people go to find the latest breaking news and if Jimmy got caught trying to steal a trash can? You
can follow us on Twitter at Theme Park Show, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at the Theme Park Podcast. You can watch it at themeparkyoutube.com. And the show traditionally comes to you live from the Lauren Campbell Realtor.com Tebow Gazebo Studios. For Scott Harris, for the missing Jimmy D, I am Dickerman. Until next week, we will see you out at the parks.
This has been the Theme Park Podcast. Follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at the Theme Park Podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, check out the themeparkpodcast.com, the iHeartRadio app, or Apple Podcasts.